Welcome everyone, great that you are back. It is already the 5th episode of Cracking Chiliad, Chasing the Truth Part 2. Today we make our way further through the maze. Hopefully you are just as excited as I am. Pour yourself a nice juice and light up whatever you love to smoke. Sink into your favorite chair and enjoy Chasing the Truth Part 2. While Franklin is in the maze fully, step by step, getting further and deeper. Because it is a maze, and there's still no satisfying sign at the end of the tunnel. We'll have to keep searching until we find the right path. Michael and Trevor, still ignorant what is to come, enjoying the peace that is currently still in the air of Los Santos. In a maze, you will never immediately find the right way. Just like that in the Chiliad mystery. Follow your feelings. It's all logical sense, and that has to be it. We need to do it with what's given. No glitches, no marks, and the path should take has to be fully programmed. How to play the game is what we're going to find out. And that's how we will crack the mystery. While Trevor still enjoys the peace in Sandy Shores, you can't say that from the visitors to the Yellow Jack when he steps in. And Franklin's still in the first part of the maze, doing more than his best to get to the top of the mountain. But with each step, the awareness increases more and more to him that there's still a very long way to go. We have to go step by step. After the first few episodes, I believe it starts to clear up for everyone following the series what the thought is behind the mystery. With this knowledge, we will start it many times faster. I am curious how long we will take, and if we are in time, to finish it before GTA 6 releases. For a change, we do the race in the evening. I've calculated that we will ride around 10:04 p.m. at the Hill Valley Church. Hopefully we will also get lightning striking the church or hit the car. We need cooperation to get the mystery started much quicker. Now that we do know that there are at least 2 answers possible at this point. We do know how to mark that we've won and that we've lost. I'm sure there has to be another answer telling us that we've played the game as the great scores would do. We need to get a better answer than the one we will get when we win the race. So let's continue the search, how to play the game, and be sure we reach the first checkpoint as it was meant to be done. If you'd like to get involved in the hunt for the mystery, join the Reddit page, Cracking Chiliad. I created this because I've concluded that another mystery hunter page is hiding this information from you. The yellow bar is even still marked as debunked. They're not worth wasting any more words on. That's why I create an open and transparent environment for the future. No idea should be suppressed. And if you want to solve a mystery, you need free spirits. We need imagination to imagine what the designers have envisioned. In the first episode, I had indicated that I had an idea about how and where we should kill Dreyfus. Dreyfus runs, if he doesn't have a car, otherwise he will drive this way, into the direction of the open grave. The first gun that you pick up, you will keep it for the rest of the game. All the next pistols give you ankle bullets. What if we lead Dreyfus towards the grave and kill him with this pistol and bury him into the open grave? No lightning impact on the Hill Valley Church, but I have to say, So in the Dark gives an extra spice to the race itself. However, the wait before doesn't feel right. But I can't find any logical explanation why we do have to wait. Should we fill the stats of the endurance assets? Or sunbathe? And for how long? Do you have a good idea that makes it logical that we have to do this at night? And even more important, with which we should fill the time before we start the race. A game was finally made to play, and not to wait.
Hey, remember, we gotta be careful with...
Although, I think these images are worth the wait. It looks great, all these lights, the darkness in alleys. Hopefully you like it as much as I do. Do notice that we drive from one illuminated area to the next and the next and so on, to see all they've put in the game for us to see. While we almost get to the point of the previous episode, we will get back to the daytime. But because we're still in the dark, you can locate the moon position the best in the dark. And I think you will find this interesting. The first mission is always on the first day after the last eclipse. A few hours before the mission, there was an eclipse, as far as possible away from the first upcoming eclipse. There are 6 eclipses, as you most likely do know. Else you should definitely watch my channel for it. I even made a great map to locate them yourself.
You get in front of me.
These cameras, we already seen them. For sure, one need to be shot down. But the one toward the other side, I don't think that one is needed. I believe the distance doesn't reach where we will drive. But if you would like, there's enough time and bullets to break them both. Now that we are finally in the studio, we must of course be careful for cameras. First, take a look at Lamar, his route. When we drive here to the left side of the studio, Lamar goes into the alley. It is important that we are not getting in front of Lamar, but as he turns left, we will be, and he will run away like crazy. Clearly, we need to go through the right side of the studios because the middle path is covered by the cameras. Okay, let's take a look at the other side of the studio. Then, of course, we have to take into account the camera that is focused on the pool. And here, straight ahead, is not possible. So we will have to go right. I think this shielding is so tipping that you would think it was made so that you can see the car going. Imagine if we do not shoot the camera pointing this direction. Later on at Weasel News, the cars have been caught on camera. The only footage from the white car was captured in the studios. Here on the left is not going to be it unless you would like to break a camera. There must be a better route. I'm wondering if there is more to get than only see the aliens. But it looks like that there is nothing to find here. If we drive straight through, you get a route with many obstacles. Here to the left is a much faster route. And the most important, no camera that records us. Next question, left or right? They do answer it for you. There is no manual, but they tell you by opening it. Let's do the studio at mission speed now. A comment that I want to make, the guards are programmed differently during the mission. Then at 1.6%, for example, outside a mission. However, it is possible to get the police behind your ass with extremely and dangerous driving and the shooting of the cameras. Sometimes it's good we have got the armor. Maybe we have to shoot them both. The chance of getting the police rises with each shot. Okay, well, let's look further at the rest of the path.
Shit here, huh?
Red car, let's go to the left. Here on top of the parking, another jump is located. It is even possible to do the jump from the other parking, the one from the previous episode. And after that one, directly towards this one. It looks great, but something like this is more for the black bars path, if there is one. This parking garage has again 5 floors, so it is a way to the top. But to hold Lamar up isn't so hard to do. It does even look like we could make a lot more use of this time. But let's take the jump. It is cool to make. But this telephone pole is always in the way, and the police station is where we land. I believe there are a lot of cameras. Let's see when we go left immediately after the studio. We will end up here at the police office anyway. The beaver and owl and Bigfoot and a small Epsilon sign and a lot more in the sign to find. What else do we have? Off-course cameras everywhere on the wall of the office. It looks like a no-go area, but let's see what is further up the street towards the crossroads. Close to Burger Shots and the entrance of the shopping area. Clearly, there are many cameras guarding the crossroad. This isn't a good sign. Here, this one, pointing directly to the exit of the shopping area. And here are 2 covering this whole side of the building. We should find another way to pass the bureau. Let's take a look on the other side of the building. Maybe there's our route going to be. Here is clearly not going to work. Okay, even the left side is covered. That's going to be straight ahead while exiting the studio. Let's go and explore other possibilities. Here, Lamar always turns left, but that is going to get us to the LSPD building. A left here, same result, across the road at Burger Shot. Astro Star. An extra star is definitely what we all would love to have. Right, pretty sure we will get it at some point in the game. This alley At first glance, it doesn't look like something wow. But these jumps all in a row could get some extra spice to it, don't you think? At high speed, it has to be nice. The liquor shop. Who doesn't like to go? It is possible to raid this store during the race, and even after that catch up with Lamar.
Make it quick.
I haven't seen a cashier during the mission, probably because of the speed you drive. However, you can still empty the cash register because the shop is open. But at the moment we take a good look around, you can see that we are full looking into the camera. So this is not going to work for sure. And destroy the camera does take a lot more bullets than the one we already shot. I believe we should look for other options and much more cash. Franklin does tell Dreyfus he has more than enough money. After the second mission, do we miss a big pile of cash somewhere? The blueprint map tells us to bring 500,000 cash. From where? And where to? I believe the map is very important in our hunt, so always keep that one in mind. Let's go and continue for the right path. First, we will check the area here to the left, next to the V building. A great building to cross next to during the Welcome to Los Santos mission, isn't it? If you do shoot the power line attached to the building, it lights on fire. There are a lot of buildings we pass that have these power lines. Should we put certain buildings without power? If we do continue driving straight here and turn left first moment possible, we will get back to the route Lamar is driving. Only one problem, and that is we need to wait some moment before we can pass the V building. This because Lamar is too far away, and because a game has been made to play instead of waiting. I believe we should search for another option. And here, in the same street as the V building, a maze bank. The previous maze bank we passed had more to hide, as you would say in first glance. Would this be the same right here again? Let's jump back into the car and see what other options we've got. Straight on to the V building doesn't look right because of the wait. And towards the LSPD station is for sure a wrong thing to do. So hopefully we can find some other route we can take without being spotted by the cameras. Let's take a look from the other way around. Maybe another point of view will get us a better way to pass. Here the police station covered with cameras. And down the road on the left, always the same glitchy car. That in itself actually gave it away there's something wrong. Pay good attention. I believe there's an alley we could pass through. This one is it. We should take a look. It leads to the back side of the liquor store. It is very interesting that we are able to see the other side. I always had the idea what a strange area this place is. Let's give it a try. As you most likely notice, we are in the mission again. Keep paying attention to Lamar, his position and speed. Because he is now turning to the left, we will not pass him over. The path has been made, so we get more time as we do drive on this side. And, yes, it does work. Although I don't think this is a suitable route if the car has to arrive in reasonable condition. That will be difficult. But we are at the other side without being spotted by any camera. Let's give another try, but now with a white car, as this is the Obey car. And most likely the right one. Del Perro Pier. Maze Bank on the left. V building on the right. This looks like something promising. You can't say that from this jump. That didn't work out as I had in mind. But let's go down the stairs and see if we still can get to the other side by driving up the other one. Didn't you always think this was a strange location? Those stairs, that patch of grass at the beginning. It does look like it has been designed on a Monday morning with a massive hangover. That doesn't look like it is going to work. It's not driving up, not even with special ability activated. Or is it just not fitting in the width? Let's see if the other side is going to work. We will not have the problem of not being able to drive up the stairs. So we will see if it is the width of the stairs itself. It does look like the car is just too big to fit, but let's give it a few other tries to be sure. It seems that with this car getting stuck, we can certainly say that the white is not going to work taking this path. But now we happen to know from episode 4 that the red car is slightly narrower than this one. Let's take a look. It would be very interesting having two paths, and only one can take them both. Fantastic, it glides through it, just as if the stairs are tailor-made here. Also look at the strange construction to realize this width. The terrace for these apartments has been adjusted in such a way that the red fits and the white does not. Would this route be the path? Can there be more coincidence? The red one fits perfectly, just like in the open grave. The white one doesn't fit exactly. Are there more clues that shows a staircase? And it would be even more beautiful if a car was in the same clue. Capolavoro, the advertising board, shows a staircase. This very strange film, this sigh of mysteries. Let's watch the film quickly for instructions that could support driving across the stairs. Almost the beginning of the movie, they climb the stairs. And immediately after the stairs, you see wheels spinning. Very interesting. It is certainly remarkable, and tells me that this idea isn't so bad. We really have to reconsider our choice for the white car. Here in Simeons car dealership on the 10-year anniversary, we do see the cars again. On the screenshot is the Obey F9, Franklin's car and Trevor's car. Is the Obey car just to lure us towards the Welcome to Los Santos mission? Let's get back to the online garage and think about it for some extra time. Here is the red Rapid GT, and on the left, the white F9. Trevor's car. Only thing to notice is that it does have the wrong color as Trevor's car really is. Michael's car, also the wrong color as his car isn't purple. And Franklin's car, but Franklin's car isn't red in the story when you pick it up at Simeon. And here the Obey car. Notice that it isn't the same car exactly. This one has a hard top. The one from the mission is soft top. So we do have the white Obey and the red Rapid GT. The Obey from Simeon does point towards a race, no doubt about that. But what would they be saying with this? Go to the Franklin and Lamar mission, the one with the Obey car. And if you wonder what car to use, Franklin's car is red. Is there a way to link Michael to a purple car and Trevor's to an orange one? The red fit perfect in the grave, and it fits perfect between the stairs. And Franklin's car is red in the 10-year anniversary. What about the sign Obey to Survive? It's a LSBD sign. So on one side we obey, and the other we shoot the cameras. That doesn't make sense. For now on, we will drive the Rapid GT. Imagine we have two paths. One both cars fit, and the other specially made for one. What car and path would be right to take? The specially designed one, right? Also take a look at this billboard from the Maze Bank. Invest in the red. It is in your interest. At the end of the game, the sign did have an upgrade. Clearly we are too late at 100% to solve the maze. But it does definitely look like we're on the right track. And all these clues support our hunt. Let's go from a beginning to celebrate. We can be pretty sure about the car we need. But never rule out the white. Only one car will be the correct one. Just keep that in mind. For now on, I'm going to invest in the red. After we do the stairs, we will continue for the next great discovery. It remains so funny to see when we mark Franklin in the beginning of the game. But if you want, you can also jump over the fence to the neighbors directly if you fear the damage he'll get. If you were still thinking about what nonsense, at some point in the series, you will understand why this is necessary. Trust me. Enjoy the race. It is edited entirely in Rockstar Editor. What a shitty job and time-consuming. But I hope you like it. Be sure not to leave after the race. We will come to the next great discovery.
He should have paid the Nizzo. You gotta grind to keep that shit. Now it's back on us. Hell yeah, I wanna see what it do. Hey, hit me on the speakerphone, Lord. Oh, it's like that? Show her. Right up here, homie. I'm about to go nice and slow for your bitch ass. me. Man, if you need some bread, I can hook you up with JB's tow truck. It ain't got glamour, but it's some money to be made. So him and Tanya can smoke crack in peace? You get in front of me. Slow ass shit be asking why didn't I get here soon? Oh, we filming shit here. Piece of shit.
Let me know what you think of the race so far by leaving a comment or join Cracking Chiliad on Reddit. We're not even close to the end of the mission. A lot more coming towards us in the next episodes. But first of all, we will go to the next great discovery. Because of our route, we do have the time to do something more after the stairs. Here on a construction site, they just push in your face. Here, watch this blueprint map. Do you remember the blueprint map? From the previous episode with the open grave. But this time not a gun, as the one we needed to pass the cameras at the studios. Now we can get our hands on 5 sticky bombs. Imagine what we could do with that. Let's have another look at the blueprint map. The negative colored one is even more clear what is hidden without the black light. Once we do zoom in on the part where we are now, the race, it reveals more information. A lot is still unclear what it stands for, but I'm sure all will be cleared someday. The symbol located at the point where the sticky bombs are placed. Group 6. Let's see what we've already got. We do know how to see the answer. And we do know 2 answers already. The cameras. At least if we will find a path without cameras. And of course, the pistol from the open grave. The armor next to the E at the maze bank. The rapid GT instead of the Obey. And last but not least, the sticky bombs next to the blueprint map. What more would we be able to get our hands on during the race? But first, let's have a look at a mark we are able to make. And again, this one doesn't look like a right one to get. Take a look at the special stats. They're at 100%. But we can mark our game. As the game progresses, I don't know exactly when the turning point is or what causes it to change. But when we do start the game, this problem isn't there yet. Maybe they have programmed this to happen to hold us from using too much special ability. But if you abuse the special ability and use it excessively, that naturally describes how you play the game. This results in the special stats dropping, and that seems to me like marking the game in the wrong way. After abusing the special, you will see that the special stats drop. But because I have never been able to reproduce this during the first missions, it could even be like we have broke this in some kind of way. Maybe while driving like this, it should be able to stay full at all cost. The time has come. The time to say goodbye to our Obey car. What would be a better place to say goodbye to this thing else than drive it of the Chiliad Mountain? You did a great job, the F9 Obey. Once in a while I will keep driving you. But because you do not fit the grave and do not fit between the stairs, makes me think if you do get the black bar, there isn't enough time to pick up the gun. But the car is perfect to drive the race like crazy. The white car and the black bar, yin and yang. If there's another path, the white belongs to it. Who knows, we'll meet in the future. Thank you all for being here. It is an honor. Let me know what you think about the series so far, and what you believe we will find in the next episodes. If you did like the video, please leave a like. Subscribe if you didn't before. Don't wait any longer. The next episode is already on his way. We will continue the search for the right path to the first cutscene, and show them how to play the game as a great scorer. Thanks for watching, and see you all next time.
Is this how you got Mike as a mentor? Being stalked. Don't flatter me.